Kia ora whānau, no mai familiar bienvenidos, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cyrus Henry. I'm starting this meditation this way because there's just a little bit of setup and a little bit of context to add. First I'll share what this meditation is, and then I'll share how you can set up or need to set up for it. So this meditation came through to me when I was leading one of my men's retreats in Nicaragua on the infinity island of Ometepe. And this was a five-day men's retreat. Had about 13 to 14 participants. There was a couple of people that came from America and Canada as well, so people flew in just for this retreat. This was the second morning. The first day was a really big emotional day because we kind of just hit them really hard. It was me, and I had a co-facilitator, and then I had a friend who was also taking footage for me, which is a lot of the footage you see with all the men. So my intention was to just stimulate energy, get energy moving, clearing the energy for them to have another beautiful big day. And it was 7:30. On this part of the island, the sun was rising, and so we got the morning sun. So I had them on the beach. We had a private beach, and I had them facing towards the sun. And it's the tropics weather, so most of the men had their shirts off, and there was a beautiful lake water, and so they're facing the sun, and I am leading them through this meditation. And I have the medicine drum. Her name is Abuela, grandmother, and I'm just working with the drum and just helping to move energy, doing some breath, feeling their feet, feeling their body. And then like about 30 minutes in, the intuition, the message came through, and it said turn them around so they can get the back of their hearts energized with the sun. And as soon as they turned around, their shadow was just casted right in front of them, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, I think I was leading them to like energizing the chakras, and then also speaking about the shadow parts. And I was using the word shadow parts and emotions and the parts of yourself you're gonna meet. And then when I turned them around, boom, the shadows were just casted along the sand. It was so surreal and magical. And then I was like, boom, now open your eyes and see your shadow. And these men were just looking at their shadow. And so I invited them to share some words, or how would they like to greet the shadow. And this one moment, this one guy, it was one of the most powerful moments. And my friend that was recording only came in later that afternoon, but if you came in for that, man, that was beautiful. This one guy just looked at his shadow, and then he was like, you're not fucking broken, you're not broken. He was just punching the shadow, the sand, in the face, and he was like, you're not effing broken, you're not. Wow, it was so powerful. It was amazing. And yeah, so this is that meditation. I don't have a name for it at the moment, but I'm gonna script out a name for it and work on a name for this meditation. It's like meeting your shadow meditation or something like that. So that is the origin of this meditation. All the meditations I've led have been intuitive, and the idea was planted the day before, and so I've intuitively shared that meditation. This meditation was planted a long time ago, but I haven't led it again because I just haven't, and so it's probably going to be super fresh and maybe a bit different. Why this meditation wants to come through also is because it's a mental health week here in New Zealand, Aotearoa. It makes sense that this meditation wanted to come through, because how I share content is like, oh, this is what wants to be shared, and I was like, great, cool. And so this is the meditation that wants to be shared. So therefore, this involves a bit of setup. This is not a sitting down meditation, or it can be, but I'm going to give you some options. For the full potency and power of this meditation, this is to be done in the morning with the morning sun, and facing towards the sun. So you either play the meditation on the speaker or have it on your phones, facing towards the sun, and then eventually you will switch around, turn around to have the sun facing your back, and then you'll see your shadow and have a little conversation with your shadow. If it's not that available to be outside and have the sun, another way is just to use artificial light. if you have like a lamp light or a candle light, then you can face towards the candle and you can have it set up in a certain place so then it can cast a shadow. So you'll face to the candle, you can face towards the light of the candle, and then eventually throughout the meditation, when it's time, you'll switch around and you can switch to see your shadow. If that's also not available, then you can just use your mind's eye and imagine and be in your mind's eye. Cool. So that's the setup. So working title, meeting the shadow meditation. I just need to write it out and set it up. Enjoy my whānau. If you haven't already, subscribe, like and share. It'll be much appreciated. Tihei, mōreora. Inviting you, if you haven't already, to bring your eyes to a close or soft gaze. Inviting you to bring your awareness to the breath and just notice how the breath is feeling in this moment. Noticing the depth of the breath, noticing the length of the breath. Inviting you to bring your awareness to the body and notice if there's any tension in the body. And just inviting you with your breath to breathe into that specific spot where there may be tension, and just breathe into that spot. And so if you have tension in your shoulders, just simply with your awareness and your intention is to say to yourself, breathe into my shoulder. If you have tension in your tummy, specifically in your intestines on the left side, then just say to yourself, breathe into the left part of my intestines. If you have tension in your calf, just simply with your awareness, just say to yourself, breathe into my calf. And just inviting us to share 3 deep inhales and exhales together as we connect across time and space. Inviting you to breathe in love and inviting you to breathe out gratitude. Taking a deep inhale of love and exhale gratitude. And again, take a deep inhale of love and exhale gratitude. Last time, take a deep inhale and hold it at the top. Breathe in that love. Taking another sip of air. And exhale gratitude. now I'm just inviting you to allow the breath to come to its natural rhythm. And inviting you to just soften and allow yourself to arrive. You may be outside, you may be inside, you may be standing, you may be sitting. It's allowing you to just fall into your body, into your comfort. This can also be done with the full moon, the light of the full moon. And so, with the full moon coming up, we can also do this meditation with the full moon. So inviting you to bring your awareness and notice whether you're working with the sun, the moon, artificial light, or your inner sun. Just notice that energy and that vibrancy. And those of you that are working with artificial light, just in your mind's eye, just imagine it to be a ball, a sun, or a moon, whatever works for you. Because what we're going to do is we're going to work with inviting and channeling that energy into our energy body. So inviting you to bring your awareness to the base of the spine, the root chakra, and inviting you to imagine this energy from the moon or from the sun beaming and coming in to this, into your root, into your base. And in your mind's eye, you're going to imagine the stream of energy coming into the base of your spine, into your root. And it's going to start to fill it up and it's going to renew it. And so imagine this energy, the stream of energy from the sun or the moon coming into your root. And it starts to circulate, it starts to cleanse, starts to clear. And just notice what it does. Notice the color, notice the direction in which the energy wants to move, and just simply be. So inviting that energy into your base, into your root chakra. And then when you feel complete with that, now we're going to move up to the belly button, to our sacral. And once again, imagining that energy, that stream of energy entering into your sacral, and it starts to cleanse and clear and move the energy, energize the energy, alchemize the energy that may not be of service to you in this moment. And so just notice the colors, the textures, and the direction. Maybe memories will come up as well. Now we're going to move up to the solar plexus and inviting that stream of energy from the sun, the moon, into this place, into our empowerment center. And imagine that energy entering the solar plexus, cleansing, clearing, circulating, energizing, and just notice the colors, the textures, the direction in which this energy wants to flow. Now moving up to the heart, our bridge between our lower worlds and our upper worlds, a bridge between our physical world and our spiritual world. Imagine the energy of the sun, the moon entering the heart, stimulating, cleansing, clearing, alchemizing, and just notice the textures, the colors, the direction. Maybe memories and emotions may arise as well. Now moving up to our throat, our truth, our essence. inviting that energy of the sun or the moon into the throat, cleansing and clearing, moving what needs to be said to allow you to articulate and share with compassion and love and integrity for yourself and for those who are around you. So notice the colors, the texture, and the direction in which this energy wants to move. Now moving up to our third eye, our pineal gland, our spiritual eye, and just invite that energy, the moon, the sun, piercing into your vision, into your future. Allow it to enter your third eye and just notice the textures, the colors. Maybe the memories, images, emotions may come up. And lastly, bring your awareness to the top of the head, the crown, and inviting that energy, the sun and the moon, to pierce the crown, stimulate, energize, cleanse and clear, alchemize. Notice the texture, the colors, and the direction in which this energy wants to flow. And now what we're going to do with our imagination in our mind's eye, we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to imagine both the energies shooting up and down simultaneously, and then they'll hit the furthest reaches of what's available to you for the cosmos and the heavens, and the furthest of what's available to you into the earth, into the underworld, into our lower worlds. And then when you breathe out, they're all going to come back and meet in the bridge. So when we breathe in, we're going to send the energy up and down, and then when we breathe out, we're going to bring them back to our heart. And taking a deep breath in and exhale. Taking a moment just to notice the sensations of the body. Now inviting you to journey, to remember, to ask yourself, and to invite parts of yourself forward. And these parts of the self that we're inviting forward are the shadow parts. What does that mean by the shadow? The parts that we cast to the side, the parts that we ignore, the parts that are unseen, the parts of us that need a little bit of love and care, the parts of us that may be wounded and trauma. And so if you imagine like a room or like a house, you are the house, and all in the shadow of the parts that you may not clean because no one's going to see it, or we'll just push it to the side, or we'll just hide it underneath the bed or hide it in the wardrobe. These are the parts of ourselves that remain in the shadow. Now, what that means is the shadow is this could be the part of you that emotionally eats, the part of you that may have an addiction to substances, the part of you that is angry, the part of you that is a people pleaser, that is overly kind to the point where you don't think about yourself. So these are parts that are the shadow, that are hidden, that we cast aside, which are mainly involved in, which are mainly encapsulated by hurt and pain. And so the invitation here is, with what we just did before, is with this energy of the sun and the moon, is to illuminate the energy body, to illuminate, to create a space of safety in the light so these shadow parts of us can step forward. So inviting you in the seat of your heart, imagine this chamber of heart is like a room, or like a house, or like a hall. Could be anything, could be the beach, could be nature. So inviting you to take a moment to arrive into the seat of your heart and just notice, are you standing, are you sitting? And just notice what you see around you. And once you feel comfortable there, what you're going to do now is you're going to invite this part of you, this shadow part of you, into this space. The most important part here is inviting the shadow part into the space without judgment. Now what you want to do is, it's like the shadow part of you is a child version of you that is just wanting and needing acceptance and love. If you've been around children, or you've had the experience of children, when a child is crying or sad, do you ignore and tell them to shut up? Maybe this has been your lived experience, but the most safe approach is to nourish and to nurture, to create a space of safety and love. So the most important part here, as you invite the shadow part of yourself forward, to do it without judgment, to do it with the love of a mother, to do it with the acceptance and the protection of a father, to do it with the wisdom of your grandparents. So now taking a moment to invite this shadow part of you forward. Maybe there's more than one. It's up to you and what is available and to your capacity in this moment. So take a moment to invite this part of you forward into this space, and just notice how close you are. Is this their body position? Are they standing? Are they sitting? Are they hiding? Are they crouching? Notice their emotions. Taking as much information as you can about this shadow part of yourself. And now it's available to you. Invite connection, touch. If it's available to hug the shadow part of yourself, invite them for an embrace. And just take a moment to connect, to meet each other, to see each other. And allow yourself to breathe and soften with the shadow part of yourself. I release and I let go. All my troubles and my strife, I let Spirit guide my life. I am here for love. I release and I let go. All my troubles and my strife, I let Spirit guide my life. I am here for love. I am here for love. I am here Now inviting you with the shadow part of yourself, inviting you in your physical body to bring your eyes to an open, turn your back to the light so a shadow is cast in front of you, and take a moment to witness the shadow, and take a moment to invite any emotions, any words that desired and want to be shared, to allow this shadow to be seen, to be heard, to be loved, to be welcomed back to you. And so take a moment to connect with your shadow. All I got for you, all I got for you is deep, deep love. Feel it bleeding through deep inside you, inside your heart. All I got for you, all I got for you is deep, deep love. Feel it bleeding through deep inside you, inside your heart. Carry this light now, deep in my blood. 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 All I got for you, all I got for you is deep, deep love. Feel it bleeding through deep inside you, inside your heart. All I got for you, all I got for you is deep, deep love. Feel it bleeding too deep inside you, inside your heart. Todo lo que canto me vibra en el corazón. Y ese recuerdo que tengo de tu amor. Todo lo que canto me vibra en el corazón. Y ese recuerdo que tengo de tu amor. Inviting you to deepen your breath. What's important here is the shadow part of yourself is to invite the shadow part of yourself into the light to illuminate. To allow the shadow part of yourself to walk with you in the light, to not disregard and cast it aside. Because the shadow part of you is very much a part of you and will always be a part of you. So it's not about ignoring, neglecting, putting to the side, because eventually that shadow part will have a outburst, will have a tantrum, like any child does. If they don't get attention, they will throw a tantrum. They'll act out. And so you want to approach the shadow part of yourself like a child energy. Is how can you nurture and create a space of safety for this shadow part? And so from here is to walk hand in hand, mind and mind, heart and heart, soul and soul, with the shadow part of yourself, and integrate this part of you, the shadow part of you, into your world. To know the shadow part of you exists, to know why it exists, and to be okay and accept with unconditional love. So inviting you to give gratitude to the shadow part of So inviting you to give gratitude to the shadow part of yourself and say, welcome home. Welcome home. You are the home. The home for all the many parts of you that exist. Yes, the shadow ones and the light ones. And they all just want to be a part of you in the seat in the home of your heart. Bound and embraced by love, the love that you are. So inviting you to give gratitude, to integrate this shadow part into you, and to say welcome home. And to close off this meditation, I'll share a Karakia for healing. Manawa mai te mauri, nuku manawa mai te mauri, rangi kia mahora ki te whakaaro, kia mahora ki te aroha, kia mātou, kia pakari, kia roha tētahi ki tētahi. He oranga wairua, he oranga henangaro, he oranga tinana, he oranga whānu, kia mauri tū, kia mauri ora, humie, huie, tāiki e. Embrace the force of the earth. Embrace the life force of the sky. Reflect on the primordial energy of thought. Take notice. Reflect on the primordial energy of compassion. Give. To grow in knowledge, keep learning, to build character, be active, to have compassion for one another, connect. For the well-being of the spirit, the mind, the body, and those we hold dearest. For the purpose of good health and well-being, unified, connected, and blessed. Taking a deep inhale and exhale gratitude. You can do this meditation many times with the many parts of your shadow, and very powerful to do with our natural celestial beings, the sun, the moon. It really helps to support the healing. Thank you for joining. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Mahuri.